And now, live from Pod Cabin in Burbank, California, it's the Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend show. Tonight, Allison welcomes her guests. He's a comedian, musician, and the queen of mean. It's Tim Kalpakis. And she's a comedian, actress, and Chooch's mom is Jackie Johnson. Tone Zone is here to hold up the whole goddamn Biden agenda just cuz. I'm her husband Daniel saying hop on board the bus. Say hello to your new best friend, Allison Rosen.
Allison Rosen. Allison Rosen is your new best friend. Allison, with her the good times never end. Allison Rosen, doing the wavy pencil dance again. Allison Rosen, Allison's your new best friend.
Hello, my little Reese's Pieces. Welcome to another exciting episode of Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend. That particular carbohydrate was sent in on Patreon by Whitney C. Lots of fun stuff on Patreon. Bonus episodes of The Friend Zone. Recently had Jenna Kim Jones back on The Friend Zone. Audio and videos available. Those are separate levels. And then I did a solo episode of The Friend Zone where I answered all of your questions. I never get to all the questions at once, but I answered all your questions, including one that I waited until the end because I was like, I don't know if I feel comfortable. I don't know if I want to answer that one. It's a little, there's thorny. And then I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to answer it. So sign up for my Patreon. Find out what I felt that about. What a convoluted sentence. Also a level where you can text me and I'll text you back. You can watch this video, just all sorts of fun stuff. I'm going to say all sorts of fun stuff 45 more times at patreon.com/Allison Rosen.
Patreon.
Sign up for a year, get 2 months free, 12 months for the price of 10.
Deal.
Very excited to welcome all the guests. I'm going to try a new old thing. Because I have gotten into a habit where I introduce a guest and then I start talking to them and then I don't introduce Tony until we're about to end the show. So a devoted listener, Leanne, said, what about going back to the way you used to do it, which is where you go around and you say hi and then start the show? And I was like, what a novel old idea. So that's what I'm going to do, guys. Get ready to just say hi. Tim Kalpakis, welcome back.
Hi.
Now, I'm going to test your commitment to this. Tim, I heard you had COVID. How are you doing?
Hi.
Oh, so good. Jackie Johnson, welcome back.
Hello, I refuse to participate. I'm going to keep talking.
Jackie.
I know.
Okay,
I noticed.
I'll stop.
I noticed you have paint swatches. What's going on? Tony Thaxton, it feels way too early to say hello to you, but I must. Hello.
Hi, which is something that I was the last time Tim and Jackie were on the show together.
Oh, right.
Oh, that's
You
right.
accidentally ate the wrong
Oh,
edible,
that was
maybe?
so good. That was so fun.
How did that happen again?
I was sore and I put some CBD I had a little like CBD tincture thing, but it turned out it was not just CBD.
Oh yes, that was back
It
during
was
the
LSD.
brief. That was
The in-person days.
the only time
Oh,
I've
sweet,
ever
sweet days.
I've ever met Tim Kalpakis in person. When I
it was
learned
wild.
that he does have a body, he's not just a floating head.
Yeah, I got rid of the body after that taping.
Did you find it unnecessary in these times?
It was gross. Didn't like it.
Was it the upkeep or what was it about the body?
There was very little upkeep going on. I think that's the problem.
So Tim,
Yep.
big news in the Kalpakis house. You have switched from a standing desk to a sitting desk. Tell us everything.
It's amazing. To everyone out there, sitting is great. It's relaxing.
I
You
love
take a
sitting.
load off. I switched to a standing desk and then I forgot that I had done something weird. And then all day, every day, I was like, I'm kind of tired. I'm going to stop work early today. Then I got a chair and these things are great, man. Take a load off, lean back. It's fantastic.
Why did you get the standing desk to begin with?
I got it to help my back because I was having a sore back from a bad chair. But I was using like a camping chair. So that was the problem. So then I went to the other end of the spectrum, was standing. That did heal my back. And then I was like, why am I doing this? And now I have a good chair, which I should have had all along, but it at least has helped me feel like there's changes around here. You know, sometimes I'm standing, sometimes I'm sitting.
What kind of chair are we talking? Did you get like an ergonomic chair?
Yeah, like an Ames.
Because I have that, a Herman Miller. It was worth every cent.
Really? You have a Herman Miller chair?
Honey. Oh, you can't see. Look. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so your like kind of super stylish, I'm going to say, jacket was hanging over it, and I was like, they make Herman Miller chairs that look like that?
Yeah. Herman Miller wool sweaters.
Look
I
at
can't believe
you.
there's a chair, and do you guys know the designer's name?
Yeah, because this chair is
Herman
super.
Miller.
I'm not necessarily the kind of person who would know stuff like that, but this particular chair is, to use a Jackie Johnson word, iconic, very well known, and very pricey.
Yeah. Well, I did get it. So here's a fun fact for the SoCal kids out there. Design Within Reach has an outlet store, and it's about an hour and a half-ish out of LA. And if you've got the room in your car, you can go fill up on 40-50% off. We got 2 of them for the price of 1.
Wow.
So go check it out.
Tim, you would so not just the desk chair that Jackie's sitting in, where do you feel like you're practically floating?
If I sit in this correctly, it really works great. There's lumbar support. You can change and move pretty much every aspect of the chair to your liking. I really highly think you should invest if you're a person who works at a desk, because I was sitting in a shitty chair from Wayfair, like a $100 chair from Wayfair, which, by the way, they do traffic children. Google it. So I didn't want to support that. It was worth every cent.
And now, is that netting on the back? That's
Yeah.
how it goes?
It's webbing.
That's nice.
But there's
Yeah,
Webbing.
You
Breezy.
bounce right off of it, honey.
there's
It's
another
like a trampoline.
there's another chair of theirs. Is it the Ames that's really famous? Like, I feel like everyone on Mad
Right.
Men sat on that chair.
Yes,
probably.
I have a faux Ames in my living
Okay.
room because they are very, very expensive. Yes.
And what is it? It's Herman Miller?
Herman
Yes.
Miller. Yeah.
In honor of Halloween, I'm actually sitting in my Herman Munster chair right now.
Oh, nice.
Spooky.
So, listen, this is not your number one chair pod, but it is I forget why we decided it was. It's your number one briefcase podcast, but it hasn't been that in a really long time. Okay. A lot of important stuff to get to.
Yes.
Have you guys seen Squid Game?
I'm on episode 7 or 6, so nobody spoil it. Yes, I'm watching.
What about the other two of you?
I have not started yet, but man, it went from 0 to 60 on like
Everyone talking
within
about
Number
it.
1 in
5 minutes
90
on Twitter.
countries.
I was
90
like,
countries.
I gotta watch this thing to just live on Earth. I better be aware of this.
And Tony, what
Yeah.
about you?
Same boat as Tim. Yeah,
Okay.
exact same thing. Keep meaning to, just haven't yet.
Yeah, same. For me, my awareness of it, it went from I've never heard of it to why have, and by the way, it's not like I have much interaction with any human beings in the world. So in a given day, it's a handful of people, but 100% of them made a reference to Squid Game.
Yeah.
So Daniel and I watched a trailer. Here's my question. Would you describe it as scary? And I'll get to why. We watched the trailer for it. I was like, I will never, ever, ever be watching this. This is so scary. And Daniel kept going, this seems scary to you? And I'm like, yeah, this seems scary. This seems scary
wouldn't-
to you?
like dystopian
Yeah.
scary.
I would not classify it as scary as in like jump scares, surprising, but it is graphic and violent.
The trailer involves a whole bunch of people in this life or death game that uses imagery and actual games from our childhood, like red light, green light. And then there's this giant oversized doll face. And if you mess up in red light, green light, suddenly you're bludgeoned and killed. I'm not giving anything away. This is in the trailer. To me, that is very scary. But Daniel kept saying, this is not scary. And then I'm like, okay, well, and I wish you were here to defend his silly point. He's like, well, what is scary? No, I said, what do you consider scary? And he said horror. And then I'm like, how do you define horror? He's like, it's scary. And I'm like, I am losing my fucking mind in this conversation.
There are moments where I, as a person who I don't consider myself a horror fan, but I can tolerate horror. It doesn't ruin my day. I have to completely avoid it. But there are scenes where I look away.
Yeah.
But I don't think, when I think of scary, I think of like surprising. I think of like things jumping out, or it doesn't, to me, it's not that. It's just graphic.
Well, you should marry my husband. I think that's what he meant.
I've already gotten married twice, Allison.
Yeah, I guess your marriage card is full. But I think he meant it in from a genre perspective. Like, it's not a scary movie. But to me, if something is disturbing and unsettling, I consider that scary. That is something that frightens me.
It will scare you.
Yeah.
But
I like that more. I think I don't believe in demons. So when I say a demon movie, I'm like, well, this doesn't apply to me. There's no such thing as this.
I don't either. And yet
Squid Game, I think it'll get me.
Did you guys, I've probably brought this up before, but maybe not with this group. Have you seen Skeleton Key? Do you know it?
No.
I don't think I even know.
It's like Sandra Bullock.
No, it's Kate.
That's Miss Congeniality.
It's Kate Hudson.
Oh, yes.
You're thinking of The Net. It's Kate Hudson.
Yes.
It's a ghost story. My boyfriend at the time was a film reviewer, so I went with him to see it. Everyone laughed in the theater, and then I went home and couldn't look in a mirror because there's scary mirror things, and was like creeped out felt like weeks.
Well, for me, what makes a movie scary is thinking, oh shit, that could happen to me. So like, you look in a mirror and a ghoul gets you or whatever. This show in particular, I'm not worried about this happening to me.
Right.
So I don't go to bed at night being like, oh no, I hope I don't get shot by the big scary doll for playing red light, green light. Like, you'll see. You gotta watch. I think it's incredible.
I think it might happen to you. I could see it happening to you.
You know, you never say never.
Did you think you'd end up in a almost 2 years long pandemic?
I didn't, and you got me there.
See, there you go. And then the other thing I wanted to bring up, I am finally on TikTok. I am not posting anything, but I'm watching.
Yeah.
And I resisted for so long. And when people would talk about what's great about it, I didn't understand, because I really hate watching Instagram reels. And I'm like, why would I go to something that's only Instagram reels? And people would say, you don't understand. It's really entertaining. It's addictive. It's so creative. And I thought, I highly doubt that. But now I'm there. Mm-hmm. I talked on the Monday episode with Dory Shafrir, which everyone should go check out. Really good episode. I talked about that at the beginning during my catch up with Tony. I'm like in the honeymoon phase of this new compulsion addiction of mine, where I can't wait till the point in the day where I can go catch up with TikTok. But at the same time that I'm watching a lot of TikTok, I've noticed I can't hold more than one thought in my head at a time, and I can barely hold one thought. I feel very scattered and I have no concentration. Am I getting TikTok brain? And is that a thing? Has anyone else experienced this?
You got TikToked.
My brain is turned into pudding. Like, I have no ability to focus anymore.
That's where I'm at. And
is it TikTok or is it the pandemic?
It's the pandemic, I think.
Okay. That's okay, good. Because I don't want anything to get in the way of TikTok for me.
No, I'm struggling big time with that. And I've talked to some other people that are too.
Okay.
And I don't think it's TikTok related with anybody I talked about this with.
But
I mean, at least you're able to focus on TikTok for a little while rather than just Tony's just walking around getting distracted
Yeah.
normal life for no reason.
Walking into signposts.
Let me ask you this. I'm not on TikTok, but I know the thing is that the algorithm is so fancy that it learns you and really does a good job of showing you what you want. Were you impressed? Or are you like, wow, this thing knows me?
It's not like, oh my God, baby koalas, ducklings, puppies, and stuff about facts of life. In that case, I'd be like, it's psychic. How does it know my interests? Mm-hmm. But it does hold my interest. So therefore, I do think it is getting good at, I mean, somehow, no matter what it shows me, I'm pretty interested in it. But to your point, Tim, about at least I can pay attention to TikTok. The thing with TikTok, and you should get on there if you enjoy things that are enjoyable. You can just swipe up. So like you can even have no attention span and keep in it, still hold your interest because you just swipe up and it's on to the next one. The thing I like about it, and I know it sounds like I'm evangelizing for something that everyone discovered so long ago. What I didn't realize is it does seem like on TikTok, people are for the most part trying to tell stories. Whereas on Instagram, it doesn't feel like people are trying to tell stories. It feels like they're trying to show off. Or maybe that's just who I
Right.
follow. I don't know.
Well, I think that even maybe part of that, I think that TikTok was like shown to the world wrong through TV and stuff, because my assumption, I know I'm wrong about this, but my assumption was like, oh, I'm not going to join TikTok. I don't want to see rich teenagers dancing in their kitchens with their parents. I don't
That
need to see
is
that.
part of it. That is a pretty big part of it.
I don't see any dancing.
But I thought it was like only that. And then my friends who love it are like, oh, you're stupid. Like, I don't ever see any of that because I didn't like follow those people. So it knows to not show me that. But I think it's like, the public is pretty dumb. So we started with the dancing and then everyone was like, oh, let's put those people on Fallon. Like the dancers got famous. But I don't think that that's where we're at now, right? It's like people like going about their day and showing the things they're passionate about.
Yeah. Yes. Like I thought it was going to be those dances, which is what Reels is for me, which is I hate it. I don't think I've seen one dance on TikTok. It's mostly people just sharing stories or sharing their expertise. Or there's what I see, cooking stuff. Some like pretty funny, jokey things. What about you, Jackie? What's yours serve up for you?
I have two things to share. The first is that the whole time we've been speaking, I've wanted to swipe up on this conversation because that's how fucked up my attention span is from TikTok. I walk through my house, I want to swipe something up and get rid of it. So that's a problem. But two, I tweeted this the other day. The TikTok algorithm knows me more deeply and profoundly than any person has ever known me. Yeah. It knows me better than I know my own self. It is truly beautiful. I don't ever see dancing tweens. I see the most random things. I saw this woman who cleans gravestones.
Oh, wow.
And it's from really old gravestones, and she cleans them really slowly and then tells the story of the person. And I watched, not even joking, an hour of them, because you find something on the algorithm, and then you click on the account, and there's a whole collection of. So now it's showing me the gravestones. I'm so fascinated by the art of the young people. It's the best app. Although there are issues with TikTok. They are stealing Black creators and not giving them the funds. And so it's not a perfect app. There's a lot of issues. But the artistry of TikTok is incredible.
See,
it's the best app.
If it served me someone cleaning gravestones, that would just get me right in the ego in a good way, because I'd be like, oh my God, it thinks I'm eclectic. It thinks I'm erudite. I have a sense of history and philosophy. I love that about me.
Oh, and then there's messy talk.
Is that where they clean stuff?
Well, no, but clean talk is a whole other world too. Have you seen, what is it, Couch Boy? Couch Guy?
Yes, I have.
So there's that's a whole thing. And
so proud. Yes, I have.
We need to tell Tony and Tim about this.
Okay. So, and I only discovered this yesterday because there were all these videos talking about it. I'm like, what are they talking about? Jackie, correct me if I'm wrong. There's this video that went viral, this TikTok that went viral, of a girl who you see the door open, and she says, I decided to surprise my boyfriend at college. Yeah. And she walks in, and he's sitting on a couch with three
other women.
And everyone is talking about how you can just sense that the vibes, because vibes are big with the young people.
Yes.
There's something like the vibes in that room are off. And I have my own assessment of why. And then it's like people are getting really granular with analyzing. Like the girl next to him was holding his phone, and then she passed it to him in this covert way. Why do they have this?
People have zoomed in like the Safruder footage, and they're like, oh, I see her hand was on the guy's back, and like, It's really crazy.
To me, the reason that it seems off is because she walks in to surprise him, says surprise, and then no one gets up or seems excited. Like if you'd think if he were excited to see his girlfriend, he would stand up, but instead it's like they're super stoned or something. What do you think?
Well, I think that he's fucking one of those other women, and she walked in and tried to surprise him, and he was not happy to see her. So it was very awkward, and the energy changed. That's what I think. And that's what TikTok seems to think as well.
Everyone seems to think. And she posted another one of like her and I think his name is Robbie, more Robbie content. And then I don't know if she said this or someone said this, like everyone's trying to bring you down, or like, something about the haters. And then someone left a comment that was like, girl, the entire internet agrees on what was going on in that room. If the entire internet is in agreement, you have to listen to them.
I love the TikTok comments too.
Yeah,
the comment
they're pretty
section
funny.
sometimes can be more satisfying than the video.
Yes, and also if you have a question like I don't know what you're referring to, someone else has. Oh, here's something
Has
I don't
answered it.
like though. Tony and Tim, tell me how you feel about that. Jackie too. I just trying to include, and I'm trying to include people who are not as TikTok-y as I have become.
We're TikTok-y, we swear.
On TikTok, there is a trend. It's a small trend of people going, blah, 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 blah. I got you. Like I got you for, I'm going to make a video to explain how to do this thing. I'm just tired of the
I got you covered. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, do you follow the credit card guy?
No.
I don't have his name.
Does he got us?
He goes, I got you, baby. That's his thing.
Oh, that.
Because
I could handle
this
that.
guy will teach you how to go anywhere in the world on credit card points, what credit card to open, how to get the most points out of the card. Like, he's really, really interesting. And about once a day, I come out of my office and go, Ben, we got to go to the Maldives. Like, he finds some place that, we got to go. And
I got to find
great.
him because
I'll send him to you.
one of my deep regrets is that I didn't have a rewards card. Like, I just had a credit card that had no rewards up until maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I was doing it all wrong.
Oh,
Yeah,
you gotta
same.
get rewards.
Yeah.
You got to get those rewards. Tony and Tim need to get on TikTok because then their screen names can be TikTok Tim and TikTok Tony.
What if you guys check
Yes.
TikTok and you see that we've been lying and me and Tony have a joint account where we're dancing in our kitchen all the time?
I would be so happy.
Looking for Tony and Tim to dance in their kitchen? I got you. That's what they
I
say.
got you.
Yeah. Tim, tell us about your COVID experience.
It was great. Love it. Big shout out to
Oh, no.
COVID.
Oh,
I recommend
no.
it.
Shout out.
Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
Oh, you are on
That's
TikTok.
a TikTok thing. Yeah. That's a
I hear
TikTok.
that coming out of Jessica's phone a lot, and I'm always like, that's the Shangri-Las. I think that's produced by Phil
Yeah.
Spector.
Yes.
Oh, wait, I know what we could do. Here, I'll sing this and then you tell your story over it. I could be
Okay.
brown, I could be blue, I could be blah, blah, blah.
I went to a
hate
Dodger
that
game.
song. Go ahead.
I did everything wrong. I had a weekend where I said, "Hey," it was like the week when we would have felt emboldened to go out, early August.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I think COVID's done. I'll wear a mask, but I'll go do dumb stuff. And I had Mike Hanford from the Sloppy Boys was in town, so he had all three slops together.
Oh, wow.
And
Wait, does he not live in LA anymore?
No, he's living in Brooklyn, but he comes back a lot. He's bi-coastal.
Is he for work or something?
Yeah, and he was in town. So, when your friend's in town, you're likely to cram a lot in, hey, let's have fun. So it was like, literally, I rode the mechanical bull at the Saddle Ranch.
Oh my God. Wait, Universal or Sunset Strip?
Oh, Sunset Strip.
Oh,
baby.
wow.
Come
You
on.
went hard.
I went to a Dodger game. I was all over the place.
All
And,
maskless?
all masked up.
You rode the bull with a mask?
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
And then I had a stack of home COVID tests in my house because I'd been just, willy-nilly testing them. But so then after that weekend, I had some sinus pain. And every year I have a sinus infection. I go to the doctor and get like a Z-Pack and it's fine. I would have totally thought it was a sinus infection, but I was like, I got this big stack of COVID tests. Maybe I'll take one. Positive for COVID. Then took more tests, then walked out into the Los Feliz testing center and got tested. And I was like, oh my God, I'm positive. And the worst part, the symptoms were not bad because the sinus thing went away. I coughed like once a day and it was a little baby breakthrough version because I am vaxxed. But the worst part was just then like playing back the weekend and texting all my friends, people who have kids or people who see their parents, just like thinking of everyone that I was in contact with. So I had a lot of anxiety. That was the only really unpleasant part was like texting people and be like, don't go hang out with your parents until you get tested if you were around me. I tweeted just because I wanted everyone like in the world because I had kind of seen a lot of people. This was a big weekend. And then it was weird. I isolated for 10 days. I had the biggest heartbreaker of that was I was going to play a show with Tony Thaxton.
TikTok Tony?
TikTok Tony. I mean, we had been dancing in the kitchen all week. I can't believe that he didn't get it from it. But I was so excited. It would have been my first live Sloppy Boys show in a long, long time. And I blew it. And Sloppy Boys had to bail on the bill. And Tony got to rock the place by himself.
Wow. A solo
He played all
set
the
from
songs.
TikTok Thaxton?
But we're playing Chicago soon, so I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
That is exciting. Tell
We're gonna get some
everyone
deep
the,
dish.
the date of that and where they can go to get tickets unless it's sold out.
October 21st and 22nd. And if you want tickets, go to the venue is Subterranean in Chicago. So go to their Twitter or Instagram and you'll find it.
So as far as you know, though, no one got it from you, right?
I know for a fact that no one got it from me because I really was very diligent about that, and everybody texted me back and stuff. But when you're at Dodger Stadium, you're like, oh, I'm outside or I'm wearing a mask. But then when you go to
But they pack them in at Dodger Stadium because I went to a Dodgers game in June and it was
55,000
terrifying.
people.
Yeah.
So I mean, I knew that I was stretched. I had been very safe for a year and a half. I got lazy and then I got it. I deserved it.
But you were you? I might. This is like quibbling over a very tiny point. I'm just curious though. Were you very diligent about wearing the mask while you were there, or were there moments where it came down? Like, do you think you caught it with your mask on? If you have a sense of it,
My guess, man, wouldn't it be nice? It tortures me. Like I would pay $1,000 to get to know like the moment that I got it and
Yes.
see the person, and the fact that you just never get to know.
right?
It really sucks. But my theory is that I got it while I was masked because I really, in all these places, be it the Saddle Ranch or Dodger Stadium or other bars that I went to, I was really only just pulling down my mask to take a sip of a drink or a bite of food. And for the most part, I was like sitting outside at everywhere I went. And then I did have like one indoor meal where I was pretty lazy with a mask, but that was just like the day before I tested positive, like mere hours before I tested positive. So I don't think it could have been that, the
Right.
incubation period is like a day or two. So if I had to bet money, I would say it was the men's room at Dodger Stadium while I was wearing a mask, but I was waiting in line for a urinal and
Got
low
it.
ceilings.
And
closed
other
space.
people were
Yeah.
not in masks.
Everyone was wearing masks.
Wow.
You had to when you went when you got up from your seat.
Yeah, but nobody enforces it because I was there and it was like no one had a damn mask.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
And are they checking vax anything?
No.
No, I mean, I think they have to now, right? Didn't maybe that just changed since then? I was my game was a couple months ago, but
And
yeah, no, it's weird. I'll never know. It'll eat me up. It's also weird when I had it. It's such a funny feeling because it's like it's in your body. It's this thing you've seen on the news. It's like a celebrity virus, like those little molecules that I had been seeing on the news for a year and rolling my eyes. Like, I can't believe some dumb fuckers are getting that. I had it. I still have it in me. I'm not contagious, but it'll be like in me for like a while. It's a weird thought.
yeah, there is a stigma around it. Like I am trying to come around to the idea that we're all going to get it eventually, probably. So do I really need to spend so much to expend so much energy trying to avoid this thing that I think I do though.
Well, I think my reasoning, and it's bad reasoning because I got COVID, so don't listen to me. Mine was like I've been very, very, had been for the most part very careful, but I was always being a member of the public that was like, hey, the CDC is asking us to flatten the curve, right? It's like, it's not the end of the world if I get COVID. I don't think I'm going to die from it, but I don't want to go to a hospital and use a respirator that someone else could use. Like I'm trying to be a good citizen.
Right.
So once I had my shots and once it was late July, early August, and the curve was flattened as far as hospital beds, that's what empowered me to go be a dumbass was like, at least I'm not like stealing ICU space from an old person. So that when I did get it, it was just a breakthrough and I just kind of like laid on my couch for 2 weeks and waited it out. But like, I think that was I was like, I felt like I would have felt real great shame if I had got it and used up my California's resources on me,
Right.
But I don't have any kids and I'm not hanging out with any old people and I'm not seeing any unvaxxed people. So that's another thing that made me feel free. If I were working in a workplace, I'm working from home right now. And there's a lot of things that, if you have kids or you're seeing your parents, I think it's smart to stay pretty quarantined.
Right. Yeah. And
Allison,
I
you're
do
both of those
I'm both of
things. Yeah.
those. Yeah. I keep thinking in my head, once the kids are vaxxed, then maybe I'll start changing how I'm behaving. Like there's a show. Do you guys know the comedian Jacqueline Novak?
Yeah.
Who has that show Get on Your Knees, which
Love
is
it.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's so good.
I really want to see it. I really, really want to see it. It's a one-woman show about, well, you've seen it, but it's about it's about blowjobs, right? But like it's also, I read a review that's like, but it's about language itself. Or
Oh, I want to see that. I mean,
it's one of those things where it's kind of. Oh, you got to see the show. It's like one of those things where it's like kind of in the style of a who's the stand-up that did like Sleepwalk with Me and
Birbiglia.
Yeah, it's in the tradition of a Birbiglia where it's like elevated stand-up to a one-person show, and she's really so it has stand-up jokes, but it really feels more like an autobiographical piece of theater.
Right. Yeah, so that's coming to Largo this week, but this weekend, next week. But
How
just
are they? What are they doing at Largo? Are they spacing people out with masks?
I don't think so. You have to wear masks. You have to be vaxxed or show a negative test within the last 48 hours. Mm-mm. But I don't think they're spacing people out. So I was like, it's the first time I was really like, could I go? Could I? And then I decided I just don't think I can.
This negative test is not okay with me. Mm-hmm. You got to have a vax. I mean, you got to have a vax card. And people are faking the vax cards now.
I know.
They're very fakeable. It's absurd.
They don't even look at them. I mean,
I don't know Photoshop, and I could fake it in 5 seconds. But another weird thing about we played some Sloppy Boys shows a couple weeks ago, and one of them, the venue, I'm dumb, so I hadn't really like talked it through with the owners of the venue. I just assumed they were doing things responsibly. One place in LA, El Cid in Silver Lake, they were checking for proof of vax, and then the masks were required, and they did a really good job with that. But we played a show in Long Beach where they didn't require the vaccination, and I was like, whoa, okay, I guess I'm still I got antibodies, I'll play the show anyway, but I feel irresponsible for being the one on stage while this is happening. But there's still a mask mandate, right? So I was like, oh, everyone will be wearing their masks. But the thing about the masks is you're allowed to take your mask off if you're eating or drinking, right? And if you're at a rock and roll concert, you buy a beer right away, you take your mask off, and you stand for 3 hours and look at the stage. So it was essentially an unmasked event, and I hadn't thought that through. And I was just like looking out at the audience, and I saw no masks.
Yeah, Orange County is a whole different world, even though Long Beach is technically LA. But when I worked at the OC Weekly, we included Long Beach. So it's Orange County enough.
The culture is very Orange County.
Yeah, we live in a very masked up society. There are definitely people listening to this right now who are like, what are y'all talking about? I mean, there have been states that never required masks the entire pandemic.
Right. But California, according to the most recent thing I saw, which was a few days ago, but it's the whole map of the United States. Every state is red except for California, which is orange, meaning there's less uncontrolled spread. It's the only state where there's less uncontrolled spread, which to me is like, this is proof that masks and vaccines work. Except for Tim.
Just stay off the mechanical bull.
I looked in the orange of California, and then there was a tiny red dot, and I zoomed in, and it was a picture of you, Tim, and it was red on a bull.
This is good. Hey, any publicity is good publicity. I'll tell you. Getting my name out there.
Tim, I want to tell you guys about Storyworth. Tim, this story of your weekend of riding the bull, of going to a Dodgers game, of all the stuff you did, you're going to want to tell your kid about that one day. Look, I'm super close with my dad. We talk a lot. I probably know what he's up to right now, but even though our relationship goes back my entire life, there's aspects of his life that don't come up in day-to-day conversation, and I wanted to learn more about him. So that's why I gifted him Storyworth. Storyworth is an online service that helps a loved one share stories, through thought-provoking questions about their memories and personal thoughts. Storyworth is amazing. It's a subscription service. You give it to a relative. They receive a story prompt each week. They email back their response, or they call it in. And then at the end of a year, they collect all these stories, put them in this beautiful hardbound book, and then you have a book of memories. I thought I knew everything about my dad because my dad is someone who tells the same stories repeatedly. So I'm like, we'll see how this goes. And I was shocked that found out all this stuff about him and his childhood that I didn't know. It's really great at collecting that kind of stuff. Everyone I know who's given Storyworth to someone is so happy. Storyworth is a meaningful gift that you and your family can treasure forever. Get started right away with no shipping required by going to storyworth.com/bestfriend. You'll get $10 off your first purchase. That's storyworth.com/bestfriend for $10 off. I also want to tell you guys about Embark. Embark is a dog DNA, breed, and health kit. They are, I think, the most comprehensive one on the market, if not one of the most comprehensive. In fact, a listener, Sarah, who's been on my show, Sarah Ellis, just got Embark for her dog Ada and posted the results. Tagged me, tagged Embark. And Ada is this like super cute little terrier looking dog. And she was shocked. Ada is a whole bunch of different dogs, but terrier is not one of them. It's just like Chihuahua, Poodle. Although is Poodle technically a terrier? I don't know. It's not. Okay. Chihuahua, Poodle, Min Pin. I don't know. It's just, it's amazing. And then not only does Embark, and it's, by the way, it's just a cheek swab. It's very easy. A cheek swab of your dog. I pointed to my own cheek. I don't know why. Not only does Embark tell you what breeds make up your dog, they also give you health information that you'll want to pass on to your vet. Could your dog be at risk for certain genetic diseases, things like that. And then also you can be connected to people who have relatives of your dog, that is the most amazing part. I get alerts when Wendy's relatives have signed up for Embark, and then I can go check out their bios and I can even communicate with them. It's really fun and it's really great. And if you have a dog, you need this. Learn your dog's inner secrets with Embark, the highest rated DNA test. Right now, Embark has an offer on their breed and health kit for our listeners. Go to embarkvet.com to get free shipping and save $50 off your Embark breed and health kit with promo code BESTFRIEND. Visit embarkvet.com and use promo code BESTFRIEND to save $50 today. All right, Jackie Johnson. How are things? I feel like it's been too long since I've had you on the show.
It really has. I wanted to share today my Aura ring.
Oh, yes.
That was going to be my big convo topic.
Okay, bring it up. Bring it. Aura ring.
So
here we go.
I was listening to Howard Stern, and Jimmy Kimmel was on, and they were talking about how Jimmy buys everyone he knows the Aura rings, and it's a ring that you wear, and it is kind of ugly. It looks like a lug nut. I got the cheapest one, which is the silver. And it tracks everything you do. So it tracks your blood pressure, your steps, your exercise, your sleep. It's really interesting because I am already super neurotic about my health and what I'm up to and the lack of sleep and everything. And I was like, what do I need? I'm doubling down. I need to know everything. So I got the Aura ring, and it has already been so fascinating. I've only had it a few days.
Maybe I need to get this because I don't have an Apple Watch. And I
don't either.
But I was thinking, maybe I'll just bite the bullet because I am curious about those. I looked at my phone to see my steps recently on the episode with Nicole Thurman. Tony, back me up. It was pretty bad. I take 4 to 5 steps a day.
How does your iPhone know how many steps you take?
If you have your phone on you Tony showed this to me, in the health app on your phone, it's tracking your steps.
Yeah, it's a little heart icon, that health app.
Yeah, but how do you know? I don't have my phone on me half the time.
Yeah, that's my excuse too.
Yeah.
I mean, I do, but
Are you going for long walks without your phone and getting 10,000 steps every day?
yes,
Maybe I am.
maybe we are. Maybe we are.
I when I get my 10,000 steps, I'm shocked at how much walking it was. It'll be like, like a day on vacation where I was like sightseeing and I walked all day and I look and it's exactly 10,000. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I can't do that every day.
No, it's really wild, Tim. When I saw you on Friday night at your beautiful wife's birthday gathering, that was the only time since I've had this that I actually met my goal of the day.
Wow.
And it's like 8 miles or something insane. And I didn't even set it. It just picked it for me.
And what had that day been like for you? Was it a walk a day?
Did your car
Pretty
break
light,
down?
actually. No, it did not. I just was out running errands. And throughout the day, I try to get up and walk, go from the end of the house to the end of the house. I don't have a big house, but I do have a hallway, not to brag. But
Very
I think
nice. Corridor.
Oh, yeah. We have a whole hallway situation. I think just going, and lately I've been trying to go on walks now because now this app is telling me that I need to get up off my ass. So I have been trying to go on walks, but it's crazy. I didn't bring my phone with me. And I got home and I synced it up and it goes, why didn't you bring your phone with you? If you had brought your phone with you, we could have tracked where you were. We could have tracked your average heart rate. And I'm like, I don't know. I try to not look at my phone all the time. Okay.
Why is it
Stop.
riding you so hard?
It's shaming me.
So wait, I need to get one of these rings now. Or I need to become friends with Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, me too. Because they're not cheap.
But
yeah,
is it
just become friends with him?
Is it more
That'll probably be
expensive
easier.
than an Apple Watch?
How much are Apple Watches?
Over 500?
Let me see.
No, this was like 300.
That is expensive though.
Yeah,
what
but
about
I have the
do you
sizing
use, like,
kit.
the blood pressure or heart rate thing? Is that something you check? Like, do you notice yourself get nervous about something and then it's like beep beep beep?
I
I'm freaking out?
haven't really looked into that yet. What it's supposed to be. I'm imagining that if it's something really scary or bad, it will go, hey, your blood pressure is bad. Like, it hasn't told me anything's wrong yet, but it has told me that I'm not meeting my daily goals. And it told me that I fall asleep too quickly. And it told me that I need to get out of bed when I'm not sleeping. It catches you.
Wait.
Like, if you stay
Oh,
in
you
bed
sleep
and
quickly sounds great.
Yeah.
well, but if you go to bed too quickly, it means you're too exhausted. Which I already knew that. I've been having really bad insomnia, which is why I wanted to get this ring because I'm trying to get down to the bottom of my insomnia. Is it hormonal? What and I've really worked on my sleep hygiene, but I just wake up in the middle of the night and cannot get back to sleep.
I do that every single. I wake up at 4 every
Yeah.
single
Same.
night, and I look at my phone for an hour, and then I fall.
You're not supposed to
asleep again.
do that.
Wait,
I read an article that said in the old days, in the Middle Ages, you had 2 sleeps, and you were allowed to just have 4 hours and then a break, and then 4 hours. Once I read that, it made me stop having anxiety about it. Now I kind of enjoy that little hour in the middle of the night. But does this mean I'm getting poor quality sleep?
Well, are you tired during the day?
I mean, I've been
sitting.
tired my whole life. I
feel the same. I just feel like I'm not getting proper sleep and it's really starting to affect my mental health and I just feel so exhausted all the time. And I thought this would help me get to the bottom of it because if I see the spikes and they're the same every night, what is that? My acupuncturist told me it might be my adrenals. So now I'm taking like an adrenal supplement because you're waking up the same time every night. That just means your body doesn't know that it's supposed to be asleep. Your clock is off. And there's all these things you can do to reset your clock, but you have to do them and you cannot deviate.
Tim, I wake up at 4 every night too.
we should hang.
Yeah.
Do you get up and get out of bed, or do you stay in bed and look at your phone?
You're not supposed to do that.
I read something saying like get up, leave the space, and then or like read from a book, not your phone or whatever. And that didn't work for me because then I was like up. So I think I just lay in bed. I scroll through my phone for a little bit, and then I like get tired. I don't even have to try to go back to sleep. Like my eyes start closing while I'm looking at my phone. I just like fall asleep again.
Yes, I do. I always wake up at 4, but I also frequently wake up many of other times in the night too.
Well, you're a mom though too. It's different because I feel. Do you think that having kids that your sleep will never be the same because now you have to always be worried about them or they're going to be waking you up or whatever?
There were a few years where it did feel that way, but I don't think it's that anymore because I can sleep pretty soundly at times now. So I don't think I'm really worried about them. I don't know what it is.
But don't they wake you up? Don't kids get up real early?
Some kids do.
Yeah.
Mine were getting up later, so it was night. We had gotten on like before they were going back to school. We were all going to bed late and getting up late. Now they've started waking up pretty early. So that, but not before like 7:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jackie, what's your thing? You fall asleep fast and then wake up a lot in the night and can't sleep?
Yeah. So I fall asleep really quickly because I am absolutely exhausted. And you're supposed to take 15 minutes or so to fall asleep. And mine for the past 2 nights has been 3 minutes, which is insane.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
But then, so I get my deepest sleep at those early hours. I'm only getting deep sleep at the beginning. So I've been averaging an hour and a half of deep sleep a night, which is insane. I knew I had bad insomnia. I think you're supposed to have half.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So not great.
So then you wake up and then what happens? You feel awake?
Yes. So I've been getting out of bed. Like you were talking about Dori Shafrir. I read Dori Shafrir's entire book at like 4 a.m. when I couldn't sleep. over the course of a week.
Yeah.
I loved her book, by the way.
It's very good.
So I try to get up out of bed. I'm doing every fucking thing they say. I've been listening to Theta waves before I go to bed. I
Ooh.
love me a Theta wave now.
What are those? Because Greg Fitzsimmons, Childish, is doing binaural beats.
Oh, what's that?
That's like, you have to have headphones, and I think it's like 2 different sounds in each ear. And I don't exactly know, but I know that Casey St. Onge came on my show and talked about binaural beats a while ago too. Greg is doing it for depression. Like listening to it half an hour every day is supposed to help with depression. I don't know.
Huh.
Oh, really? I had not heard
What's
that.
a theta wave?
Tony, can you play some Theta waves? Just go on Spotify or YouTube or something.
On Spotify. Okay.
I can't describe it, but I don't like a lot of the like sleep tracks. Like I was going to do this for just me or everyone. I can't stand rain. Rain doesn't calm me. It makes me anxious because all I'm thinking is I'm going to get wet walking to my car. Oh no, everything's going to get ruined outside. Like I hate rain sound, but the Theta waves really calm me down. So now at night for about 30 minutes before bed, I turn on my Theta waves. I might take a shower with low lights. I might do my skincare routine, brush Choochie's teeth with the Theta waves going. That's my new thing. I'm trying to calm my ass down.
I have found sleeping with a fan on is helping me these last few nights.
Oh,
yeah.
I hear some
I
Theta
ate
waves.
something. I like the sound, the hum of the fan. We have a white noise machine that's just white noise.
Yes.
Oh, this is a Theta wave?
This is Theta waves. I didn't know how to describe it.
It's like very slow spa music.
Yeah. It's like a chord.
Yeah, it's
Wait till the beat drops, though.
yeah.
It's insane.
Well, they have some that are really kooky that start having like flute sounds. Oh wait, what did I just hear? See, there's different frequencies of the Theta waves. Yeah. Everyone's falling asleep right now. Your listenership's going to drop out.
Like if you went to a bookstore that sells crystals and books for witches, they might have this playing.
Mm-hmm.
I love that, but it's almost like too inspiring than to just fall asleep to or relax to. I feel like that's making me feel like I want to like get up and do something.
Write a
with my
pilot.
life. yeah, exactly.
Win a marathon.
The Tim Show.
Now, Tony, can you play a binaural beat or no? Because it has to be stereo. That's a question.
Well, we all have headphones on.
This is true, but I don't know if Zoom is in stereo.
Right.
Mine
is.
is.
Let's see what happens here.
Mine is 5.1 surround sound.
Oh, baby. Here we go. Oh, whoa.
It feels like interference.
My Aura Ring is losing it right now.
This crackling, you guys are hearing that?
I don't
right?
like it. It makes
No.
me feel like my headphones are broken.
Yeah.
You're hearing crackling?
Yeah.
I'm not.
It sounds like they're cutting out.
It's like a.
Oh, weird.
You don't hear that?
No, on my end, I'm not getting that.
This is like Yanni and Laurel all over again.
This reminds me of Theta waves.
Yeah, it is. It's Theta waves with like a cutting frequency in the middle, like cutting in and out.
It's pleasant, but once again, it's making me want to write a pilot.
I actually don't find that to be pleasant. I found that to be less pleasant. I guess I'm a Theta wave gal.
I like Theta waves better. Team Theta wave.
I think I like Theta waves better, but I still have room in my heart for whatever beat that was.
Bilateral beats.
Bilateral. There you go. Thank you.
Binaural, I think.
Oh, I was
But
wrong.
bilateral sounds good too. Tony,
There's by Yanni beats and by Laurel beats.
I need to ask Jackie a gal chat question, Tony. You know what to do.
Okay.
Gal chat.
Jackie.
Yes.
Okay, so I have been attempting to do some contouring of my cheeks, and I caught a picture of myself, and I was like, oh my God, the color I'm using, it's like orange. I look like I have 2 orange streaks on my, not only is it in the wrong place, it's too low, but it looks orange. Where do I find the right color of dark? Did I say concealer or contour? I'm talking about contour. of like the dark contour color. Right now I have it's a NYX palette and I use the darkest one, and it's just, and then because, you know, on TikTok and Reels, they show what you're, instead of putting blush where we used to put it, now you're supposed to put it up here. I don't know. Somehow I'm putting orange in the wrong spot on my face.
Yeah.
Where do I go to get the right color? And do I want a cream or do I want a powder?
So I am also contouring because of TikTok. I love a stick contour.
Okay.
And you have to get the right color. It sounds like you're getting one that's too
warm,
yellow based. It's just the base color. You need a cooler toned one.
Yes.
So I would recommend a place where you can return them because samplers are done now, right? We don't want to go stick our dirty finger and get Mew variant at Ulta or wherever.
I don't want the Mew variant.
I don't either. So you're just going to have to do a little sampling.
Yes.
So I recently bought a Wander Beauty stick. I'm using all clean products now.
I like Wander Beauty.
And they make a great stick, and I really liked it. Their shade range ain't really great. It's not real extensive. They have a highlighter duo, and I recently bought a medium toned one, and I really like it. But honey, it will cut your cheek. It will cut that cheek, honey.
And by the way, you guys, that's good. You want to be cut here.
Honey, you want to be sliced and diced.
I want to be
chisel
snatched.
that face. Yes, we want to snatch that
I want to beat
skin.
my snatched face.
Yes, and it just basically, Allison, what I'm going to tell you is it's just going to take practice.
Yeah.
You just have to practice. It's not an instant thing. You're going to be good at it. You have to do it every night before bed and then wash it off and just practice. You're going to find exactly where you like to place it. You're going to find exactly how much product to use. Take some selfies, see what looks good, and you'll figure out what's perfect for you. But practice makes perfect. You just need to go buy a couple new shades, maybe one that isn't so orange based, one that's more cool toned.
Okay.
And usually on the descriptions, if you go on Ulta or Sephora, it will say a cool toned medium brown or a neutral brown. You know, look for things that say cool or neutral instead of warm.
All right, I'm going to try a stick. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I've been enjoying a stick.
All right,
I heard cool tone, and I thought you were talking about me.
I think I have a Wander Beauty highlight, like the stick you're talking about, but mine has a blush on one side and a highlighter on the other.
Yeah, I have one there. It's actually a concealer stick, but I've been using it as a contour. I was just trying to find a clean one. There aren't that many in the clean category that I've found, and I've been trying to use all clean products now. It's just like my new mission. So we'll see. Good luck. If you don't mind that, just get NYX because it's affordable. You could buy 3 or 4 of them at Ulta and return the one that doesn't match you.
Charlotte Tilbury is not clean, right?
It is not, but her products are incredible.
Because those are all over my new
TikTok
boyfriend. TikTok
loves Charlotte Tilbury. You got to follow Michaela. She's literally my favorite human on this planet.
Who is she?
Michaela Noguera?
Yeah, again, I don't know.
I'll send this all to you when we get off the chat.
Michaela Noguera.
She's incredible.
I feel like we got to bring Tim's wife into this at some point.
Oh yeah.
She'll get in on the makeup talk. She'll contour you real good.
Yeah.
Does she have cut cheeks?
Oh,
she has. I know that we got a lot of little bottles in our bathroom, and I use them sometimes. I'll contour. I was just thinking when you guys were talking about that, like if you know a lot about makeup and how to do it right and wrong, or you think about skincare, are you always looking at faces? Like when you look at me and Tony, are you thinking like, okay, oily skin, he should do this to raise his cheekbones? And like, is it like the way that I'm a comedy writer, so when I see bad comedy, I'm like, don't like it for this reason. They did that wrong. Are you looking at my face right now thinking that I should contour?
No, but I'm not a professional makeup artist. I wonder if that's true for professional makeup artists. When I used to do eyelashes, I used to look at people's bad eyelash extensions all the time.
Yeah.
So that is probably true for somebody who is a makeup artist. I am not. I can do my own makeup really well, but do not ask me to do your makeup. You will look really bad.
Okay. Well, you're not allowed to do my makeup then.
This is a good question. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Tim's already got a snatch jaw.
Yeah.
He's got that great jaw, honey. Yeah.
What's snatch?
Snatched. It just means like, just.
Yes.
It's just like tight and cute and great. That's what snatched means. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Is that Betsy?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Tony, I feel like maybe we need to make a drop of it just means. Did we get that cleanly?
If it'll be clean on my end, you'll have it when I send you the track.
Okay, great. Did that make sense? Because it took me a little while to understand what snatched meant.
No, it means I got it.
It means like chiseled, right? Chiseled.
Yeah,
or
it just
tight.
means
It's a nice thing to know. Like I have the listeners who can't see, I have a giant jaw, and it's funny that's a thing that it's good news to me to find out that that's a good thing, because it's like my whole life I was like self-conscious about it, or I thought one time I was getting my hair cut, and then the lady cutting my hair at Supercuts was like, "What happened to your face?" Like that was always my vibe.
Oh my God.
But I think that now I feel like in the modern era, a big jaw has like come into style.
First of all, I know your wife loves your jawline. It's one of the most attractive things about you. It's striking and handsome and
What about my
manly.
glowing personality?
It's snatched.
Your jaw is snatched. And I'll say this. I think we can all agree that whatever you were self-conscious about that made you different is now what makes you like great. Because for me, it's my deep voice or me being tall or whatever. Whatever we got made fun of is actually what makes us cool.
Yeah. Ooh, so what are my new insecurities that I can pervert them
We can
into money
accentuate.
somehow?
Yeah.
I'm looking out how I can monetize this jaw.
So I think your line of questioning, Tim. Let's see if I can. I'm thinking this could be a thing we can this could be a game, but not a game. So something we go around. Because your question was, given that Jackie has an interest and an expertise in skincare, is she looking at other people's skincare and judging? But
Yes,
is there
or if it's on, because I would say I would imagine the same thing, Tony. If you listen to music, you're judgier than
You notice
your
bad
average
drums,
Yeah.
right?
Do
Yeah,
you?
exactly.
Oh yeah, a bad drummer will just ruin an entire band for me.
Yeah.
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 And I'm trying to think, what's my thing? What if I don't have one? People, when I wrote about music, people always, when I was a journalist and I interviewed bands and stuff, people always expected, they were so often they would make these like self-effacing comments about whatever they were listening to. They assumed I was judging their music all the time. And I was never ever judging people based on what they listened to, but they always assumed that I would be. Cause I feel like music is one of those things where you, especially when you're younger, like you want to be up on the latest cool stuff. And if you're not, then you assume that that's like a weakness. Okay. I'm trying to think though, but I will notice audio quality of people's podcasts and I'll notice like if people are hosting are doing a podcast and I'm like, oh my God, this is pretty boring, I will notice that.
Right. Well, yeah, that's a good thing to be tuned into. But it is so funny that like I learned like doing live comedy shows. Like when I thought that I ate shit on stage, I learned to like come off stage and never say like, like, oof, I was bad. Like you go next door to the bar and everyone's congratulating you and you're just like, thank you.
Yeah.
You never point out your flaws to other people because it's pretty shocking that not everyone does really have, isn't really looking for that. I notice, especially with music. I mean, like people at a rock concert are just like blissed out and you could totally play some real bad drums and beat yourself up about it and notice that the crowd actually drumming is the instrument it's probably the worst if you fuck up. It throws off a show, but
Yeah.
audio quality of a podcast, things like that. It's like, yeah, you have an ear for it because you're listening for it. And I think that 99% of people are just kind of coasting and not judging things unless it falls right into their skill set.
Yeah. Well, I remember, Tony and I have had so many conversations about this, having to do stuff on Zoom. There's always this question of like, if someone's audio is not good, well, do we err on the side of it being like a little sizzly and a little like the S's, a little bit too trebly, or do we or the track that like for sure sounds like they're on a phone or something like that.
Right.
And I remember Tony saying something like, you can definitely hear what this person's saying. And I was like, oh yeah, like that's the bar for that is sort of ultimately at the end of the day, as long as you're able to, I remember, I think what you said, Tony, is when you're listening to a podcast and you can't really hear what the person's saying, it drives you nuts.
Mm-hmm.
This is a long time ago.
I have no memory of this, but yeah, I mean,
Obviously,
I
yeah.
think it was the week that you were high.
But like at the end of the day, with a podcast, as long as the person listening can make out what each person is saying, then you're good. I mean, obviously there's a lot, obviously like that's not where the bar should be. The bar should be that it should, sound much better. But I'm just saying, as long as everyone can hear, the listener will be okay.
Yeah, it's cool that podcasts are meant to be sort of like a little bit DIY and be personal. But I know what you mean, because the first 6 weeks of the Sloppy Boys podcast, Mike Hanford was pointing his microphone the wrong way, talking into the back of his microphone. And I'm very, like, it was driving me crazy because to me, it sounded like me and Jeff were the hosts and Mike was the guest every week because he sounded like a caller or something. And now, like, when people say like, oh, I want to check out your podcast, I'm like, don't start from the beginning. It sounds real bad. But it's like, no, Mike was being funny. It doesn't matter.
It sucks,
that would kill me
we've
too.
done what we've had to do. There have been a few episodes in Attribute that the quality is not great, and I hate it, but this is what we've been handed, and it is what it is. I've listened to other podcasts that are on big networks with a lot of funding behind them with horrible guests, like not guests, but the audio quality. And so it made me feel better.
Yeah. There's a lot of big podcasts where they don't even try to have people record their own track in their own home and send it in or anything.
Right. Or maybe they can't or something. I've heard horrible audio. Like you can barely understand the person for sure.
The thing that really gets me is I'll forgive if someone's like calling in or they just sound real bad if they're the guest and it's remote. But if it's sometimes it's like the host is mixed so high and the guest is real low and it's hurting my ears to go back and forth, or I can't find a volume to listen to, then I'll just skip it.
I think that's what you were saying, Tony. When you have to turn something up and down, that drives you nuts.
It's the worst.
Maybe I made up this whole conversation, but I got something from it.
You're not going to find that happening on a show like this because you got Tony on the knobs.
That's right. My episode with the Sloppy Boys, the only time I've ever made this mistake, I enabled the wrong track. So I did not record my own track, and we had to use the Zoom audio of me. And then I interviewed Tim Heidecker like the next week, and that was the episode of my podcast he had listened to. And I was like, oh, damn it.
He's like, so you're kind of like the low quality microphone show?
So do you produce this yourself? No, he didn't say that. I think I even explained it on the show. Listen, you guys, there's nothing more personal than your health. So when it comes to finding the right protein powder to meet your fitness goals, you need a personalized approach. Thankfully, now there's Gainful, the personalized nutrition system that formulates protein for your body and goals. Gainful gives you peace of mind that your protein contains the finest ingredients specifically for you. Okay, I love Gainful. Gainful is like having your own protein powder mix bar in your own home because it comes with there's collagen, there's fiber, there's all these different things that you can mix in and get exactly what you want, and you can choose what flavors. I chose chocolate and I chose the variety pack because I do not understand anyone who doesn't choose a variety pack because options are like my favorite thing ever. It's so easy to get the necessary amount of protein you need every day. Start by taking the 5-minute Gainful quiz. Gainful supports your whole body health, individual fitness goals, and ever-evolving needs. Gainful personalized protein is formulated with simple, effective ingredients to work with a wide range of fitness goals from weight loss to muscle building. Start your personalized fitness journey today with Gainful. To get $20 off your personalized protein, go to gainful.com/bestfriend. That's Gainful, GAINFUL.com/bestfriend for $20 off. Gainful, personalized nutrition made for your tastes. Okay, I think we should do some Just Mirror Everyone, but I also think it's time to say hello and welcome to our new sponsors. Patrons.
Sponsors?
Nope, patrons.
Allison wants to say thank you to a couple of special people out there who signed up to be new patrons. Patreon.com/Allison Rosen.
Oh, I love me some pop punk Thaxton, baby.
I love it. So listen, you guys, this list is it's surprisingly long. I was like, oh, look at this. The last couple times we've done this, it's just been like a couple names here and there. So everyone just came, they arrived all at once, and I couldn't be more delighted. Hello and welcome to Leslie Larimer, to Rochelle Kinsey. Rochelle signed up for an annual subscription. Welcome to Heather D. Welcome to Monica. Okay, Monica, it's Favre. So are we going to assume it's pronounced Favre?
Favre.
Yeah, that is like Favre.
Yeah.
Favre.
Couldn't it be Favreau?
Or Favre?
Favre.
No.
Monica, let us know how your last name is pronounced. Catherine, who signed up for an annual subscription. Ashley Grether, converted from monthly to annual. Deborah Buckaloo signed up for annual. Trice Sanders increased. Trice, you're now again at the texting level, so you got to send that text to get hooked up again with that whole system, and then we're texting buddies again. Chris Arneson signed up for an annual and then increased his annual pledge. Thank you, Chris. Welcome to Adriana Chavez. Welcome to Amy Hunt. And welcome to Tom Bossong, who signed up for an annual subscription. I hope all of you guys are enjoying this.
Wow.
And loving your unlimited access. Oh, boy. Okay, let's do some Just Me or Everyone.
Sometimes I ponder on something I have thought or done. Is it just me or everyone?
Can we do mine first?
Yes, please.
I said it earlier. I hate rain and I don't find it relaxing. There are so many relaxing rain, sleepy meditations. It just stresses me out. I hate the sound of rain. It doesn't make me relax.
Okay. Is that just Jackie or everyone? I don't, you know what? Actual rain I like to listen to. I've never opted to put on the sound of rain.
Faux rain.
Yeah, I've never done faux rain, but it wouldn't stress me out in the way you're talking about. The way you feel about rain is the way I feel about super hot weather. Like, it's destructive. It's melting things in my car. It's like ruining the paint. It's ruining my life.
But you can't hear heat.
But if you could, it would make me feel the way rain makes me feel.
When I hear these relaxing rain tracks, all I'm thinking is my car's getting ruined. I'm going to have to get wet. Did I forget my umbrella? Where is my umbrella? Like,
Yeah.
I can't disassociate enough from the actual rain sound to enjoy it.
Okay.
Why is your car getting ruined? Is your car made of sugar? You gotta have a car that you can get rain on it and we'll be okay.
I have the Toyota Sugar.
There you go. That's the
The
problem.
Toyota Sugar E. It's a plug-in.
Sweet.
I am cool with rain because I need something. I can't deal with silence.
You
It
need
can't be
that
completely
fix.
silent. Yeah, I need a nice just constant low background noise. Like, I think rain works for me. Rain as a reality though, whatever. But to hear it at nighttime, I like it though.
Okay. Tim?
Love the rain sound. Love the white noise rain. Real occasion in Southern California, we only get rain a few days of the year. I very much enjoy it. And I hate the hot heat fall in LA when you're ready for the pumpkin patch, but it's 100 degrees. Hate that.
Yes.
So I would always take rain over it.
As a kid, I used to actually really like the rain, and then I started straightening my hair, and this was before straightening irons. So I would spend like 2 sweaty hours in the bathroom just trying to pull it straight, and then it didn't look straight. It looked like, imagine a cotton ball dyed black and stretched out and stuck to the back of my head. That's how my hair looked. But I thought it looked good. And so then if it rained, I was like, oh no. And then it really, I don't know if I actually did, but I thought about just staying home when it rained.
Wow.
So anyway, Jackie, you can't be the only one though. So people who also
Yes.
are stressed out by rain, tweet us.
Just the sound. I just mean the relaxing white noise sound of rain doesn't make me soothed. I'm a theta wave gal. We've established this. I do not like the rain sounds.
Can't be only you. Tweet at ARIYNBF. Okay, Shannon Hurley says, I am wildly specific about the amount of food I eat at a meal. My husband laughs at me because I will decide I'm full and leave like 1 penne pasta on my plate. Hashtag just me or everyone. I wish
I relate
could.
to that.
Do
I
you?
relate to that. Oh yeah. I hit a point and I push the plate away. I say I've reached my full point. There's no more going in.
That's so good. That's so intuitive eating. With me, I'll do that. And then I'll 10 minutes later, I'm like, I could eat this.
That sounds intuitive.
Go ahead.
Oh, no. You.
I was just going to say, I feel like regardless of the amount I started with, though, whatever I leave, I'm coming back for. So it's not that intuitive. It's more just like, oh, I want that. I mean, it is, but it's not.
I can't imagine. I mean, I've maybe never left food on a plate, and then the only time I do is like if it's a giant amount of food, I'm like, oh, I'm bringing half of this home, so I'm getting it packed up. But I will laugh and make fun of people that leave like 3 little kernels of corn on a plate, like that. That I just don't have the restraint to know my body and to say like I'm done. I'm in the clean plate club.
What about you, Tony?
It's just chaos for me. I wouldn't say I'm in the clean plate club, but I'm also not. It's just all over
That's
the place.
a sound cue. It's just chaos for me. That needs to be pulled.
Yes.
Chaos. Sometimes you're ordering dinner, not even taking one bite. It's just chaos.
Right. Sometimes he's throwing it. Who knows what he's
I just
gonna
had
do.
one. We have Jessica has this meal plan. She delivery Factor, like these meals, Factor brand meals.
Is that
like
keto?
arrive at her door. It can be if you put in the specifications. It could be whatever you want, but she just said she chose like the foods she doesn't like and don't put like fish in there or whatever. But it's just whatever. And I'll do the thing where there's extra ones in our fridge. I popped one in the microwave today, and in the 3 minutes it took to warm that up, I went in the kitchen and in the fridge and I saw some chicken, and I had a few bites of chicken, got full. Then the microwave's done. I don't need lunch anymore. There's like a plate of food. I'll do that. Something like that every single day.
Snack Chat.
It's amazing.
Here we are.
I totally get it, but it's amazing because the whole point of the microwave is that it's like, I mean, in the old days, you would have had to pop that in the oven for 45 minutes.
Right.
How did people live like that?
I don't know. I feel bad
Bunch of
for
losers.
them. I feel bad for them. My son, Elliot, who's 4, no matter what he has, it could be like ice cream, it could be, a cookie, it could be vegetables. What am I trying to say? He'll just have what he wants and leave the rest. And I've never seen him eat more of something just because he likes the taste of it. And of course, I take a little bit of credit for that because we haven't made any foods forbidden or like, oh, this is good for you, this is bad for you. Although I do at some point, want to be teaching him about the different qualities of foods and nutrition and things like that. But for the most part, he can kind of have whatever he wants. And so therefore I don't see him really gravitating more towards one thing. I don't know if that's just a him thing though. Because Owen, who's 2, definitely does like, he can put away a lot of like a donut or something like that. Okay, moving on. Whit Yao says, nope, already did that one. Excuse me. Okay. Here's one from me. So you guys saw the news that came out that Trump's handlers had an unnamed White House official known as the Music Man who would like put on Memories by Cats when he was extra cranky to like.
Oh my gosh, I did not read that.
Yeah.
That is very funny.
So my tweet was, I'm always a little surprised when evil, soulless people like music. Just me or everyone?
I feel like everybody needs a soundtrack.
I guess you're right.
I haven't necessarily thought of it that way, but I have thought of it of like when like certain new artists come out or something that people think are really like scary or bad for just like Marilyn Manson or something. And it's funny, like at the end of the day, I was like, he's a singer. Like,
right.
I understand what they're trying to say, but it's like he sings for a living. That's what it's kind of funny to put those things together.
Notes aren't gonna get you.
Yeah, I think about that sometimes too. Like rock and roll musicians are like so tough and stuff, and it's like you're singing and dancing on a stage.
Yeah.
There's never a bad time to rock and roll, man.
That's true.
She is a drop
Betsy, you got it.
machine.
You know, this is a person I used to know, loved music and had it playing all the time, and they were a bad person.
Yeah.
Y'all can probably figure out what I'm talking about. Bad person. And I used to know pretty close, pretty intimately. Loved music, had it playing all the time, and was very snobby about music, unlike how Allison is not.
Right.
So
But
what does that say?
But did they have like a soulful connection to it?
I think they're a sociopath, so I don't think they have a soulful connection
That's
to
what
anything.
I'm saying. It's okay.
But, you know, they really valued music. It was like a
Right.
thing.
I think maybe. So let's say, I'm saying I'm surprised when like a sociopath loves music, but
maybe they're
what
doing it just to fit in.
Yes, like
Like
what they're-
maybe
what they're getting from it is not what we are getting from it.
Yes.
Well, I mean, Trump's choices are so strange too that they're kind of. I mean, I
Right.
guess there must be more to him than meets the eye that he's listening to the Cats soundtrack, but the fact that he loves YMCA and Elton John and like Broadway, it is like kind of like obvious. Like he's not digging too hard. He's kind of like, what's the songs I should listen to, and just
Good Trump.
Thank you. I could be on SNL with that, honestly. No, there's like a weird vulnerability to admitting the music that you love, even if I know like young boys like hide behind like, heavy metal or hip hop can feel more tough. So you're not like being too much of a wimp if you listen to them. But my favorite artist is Bruce Springsteen. And even just telling that to people, I'm like revealing, that's not an interesting choice. That's like, that's kind of the easiest choice in the world. I think he's brilliant, but I think he's a little bit basic. So it's kind of funny to just be like, yeah, I like something very obvious, and it makes me emotional to listen to a very obvious superstar sing his big dumb anthems. It's not. So I can't be a music snob because I like the most obvious guy in the world.
I mean, I kind of feel that way I love the Beatles, and
Same, forever.
And also I weirdly think, even though they're the biggest band that ever existed and always will be, I weirdly think they're still underrated.
So no one has ever been rated higher,
Right.
Yet still they should.
well,
be rated.
seriously,
I
what they
agree.
did, but at the same time, it feels silly to almost to say like I love the Beatles, because it's like, well, yeah.
Right. No, that's true. I mean, everyone on Earth knows like the songs in like the Beatles 1 or whatever, but they have so much music. And the thing that gets me about the Beatles is it all came out in like 6 years.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
It's insane, truly.
Have you guys seen? Did we already talk about it? The Beatles Cirque du Soleil show.
Yeah,
I've seen it
Love.
twice.
So it was so good. I want to see that again.
I saw it with the person who I was just talking about was a sociopath, actually, twice.
Ah.
Yeah.
And did he love it too?
Acted like he did. Who really knows? Oh, yeah, it was a guy. It was a male figure.
Someone responded to my tweet about that and said like how it's like when they learned that Hitler was vegetarian and wanted to be an artist, and it is kind of like that. The artist thing for some reason doesn't strike me as much with him, but like what was the source of his vegetarianism?
It was a health thing.
Was it a health thing more than loving animals thing?
Yeah, he had. I'm trying to remember what it was. He had a health issue, and it was related to that. It wasn't a social choice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do have a thing about this is now a tangent. This is a little bit of a just mirror everyone. There was this girl that I didn't like in grade school, but she collected stickers and was like super into her sticker collection. And I remember thinking like, how can I I don't know if this is going to make sense. How can I dislike someone who loves stickers? Like there's something, we were very young, but like there's something so innocent and pure about certain hobbies. Mm-hmm. It like breaks my heart.
Yeah.
When people have these little passions. And so sometimes I have trouble with like, that is a bad person, a bad, evil person. And yet they have these, like this little passion or this little thing they collect or this, I don't know.
You know, she would make a great TikTok account.
Yes.
I would love to watch a sticker TikTok.
Yes. Stick talk.
Stick talk.
That's a whole new app.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Tim?
Well, isn't it like they might not have that hobby for the cute reason you think, or the preciousness they might just be like, you know, a bad person that got into stickers as a way to prove how great they are, or they're like funneling their bullshit into their sticker collection or something. I don't know.
I guess. I mean, again, I am probably projecting what these things are to me onto them, because I also collected stickers onto them, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like, arguably a serial killer has a passion for what they and for what they do too. So maybe it's not the passion that is
bringing it back. Charles Manson was a musician, so maybe my whole thing was
There you go.
I guess what we're really getting at is that people are not, it's not black or white, but it'd be so much simpler if it was. Like if a person who was evil was just 100% evil, but actually they're human and sort of. Okay. All right. Here's one that's very fun. Tracy says, every time I get a massage, I worry that there is a secret code word to get a happy ending and that I might accidentally say it.
That is
amazing?
so funny. That is so funny.
Just don't say any words. You got to play it safe.
yeah.
Is that a woman?
I think so. Tracy. Yeah, Tracy with an I. My assumption is yes.
It's a little more complicated being a woman.
Right. But I
sure.
have had that thought before. Like, what would I do if all of a sudden they just started massaging my butt cheeks? Like, what would I do?
I know a friend who has had that happen. A female.
Was it a male masseuse or a female
Yes.
masseuse? What did they do?
At a nice hotel. They did it.
Wait, what?
They did it.
Had sex?
No, not penetrative, but he got her off.
Wow, they did it. They
did it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Had she said any magic word?
No, it's one. Listen.
Was this what she wanted?
Yeah, that's basically he started going up. I think he was kind of feeling her out, and she didn't stop him, so it kept going.
Interesting.
Pretty wild.
So,
Yeah.
but then what about working at the? I mean, my assumption with this whole business is that there would be talk of money, right? Because if that's what this person does for a living, unless this was just a love connection that was happening.
I'm not exactly sure if it involved. I don't think he required further payment.
I mean, at a hotel, you're already paying so much for a massage, I'm
Right.
assuming.
But if this is one of those businesses, it is discussed beforehand. I've
Right, and
listened to
that's
a lot
why-
of Howard Stern.
Yeah,
I've heard
I
a lot of
think-
stories.
I think for the most part, to the person that wrote this question and said they're worried they might say this, I think the secret word would be like, yes, here's an extra $200, and it would be very obvious. I think that I think that those people don't like to give their services away for free.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting because based on my understanding via hearing other people, I don't even think I've ever seen this in porn, but I feel like this is a genre of porn.
It is.
Yes, based on that, it can just happen. Right? I think that's where we're getting this
apparently.
idea.
Well,
Yes, because all porn is based 100% on reality.
Right?
That's the code of the pornography.
yeah. Listen, I think this was an isolated incident. I don't want to give away this story, but it was a friend in a very nice hotel, ordered a massage, came up, and stuff started happening.
Wow.
This is wild.
That's
She was
shocking.
into it. Yeah.
A nice hotel or
everyone
the greatest hotel?
It was probably a 4-star.
You guys, this has been so much fun. Thank you so much for joining. We can't let it go this long next time. You got to come back more, please.
Absolutely.
If you guys like what you're hearing, or even if you don't, please make sure you're subscribed or following or whatever it's called in your app of choice. And listen, leave me a nice comment on Apple Podcasts. I selected some to read today to do iTunes comments of the week, but then I forgot. So we're going to do that next time. So get your comment in there. And as I mentioned, Patreon. Patreon.com/Allison Rosen. It's super fun. Tim, where might we find you?
You can find me on stage in Chicago with Tony Thaxton at Subterranean on October 21st and 22nd. And in the meantime, my cocktail podcast, The Sloppy Boys, is on every podcast app.
Wonderful. Jackie?
Just don't listen to the first 6 episodes.
That's right.
Yeah. Backwards microphone.
That is so funny. So my podcast is called Natch Butte. Every Thursday it comes out, and you can, I would say, find me on Instagram, but as we're recording this, Instagram's down. We don't know if it will ever come back, and I kind of don't care if it does or not. So Natch Butte, check it out.
Oh, it's snatched?
Natch Butte is snatched, yes.
Snatch Butte.
Yes,
Oh, wait,
it
that
is.
sounds, that doesn't sound very good, though.
I should have brought this up earlier, but the Instagram and Facebook being down, do you guys think it's very coincidental that the timing of this happening? Are you on board with the conspiracy, or do you think it's just an outage?
Wait, what do you think? What happened?
I don't know what you're referring to.
On 60 Minutes last night, there was an interview with a Facebook whistleblower, but I personally don't exactly know what got whistleblown.
I saw, again, I don't know if this is true, on Twitter right before we started recording that it is literally was erased. Facebook has been erased from the internet.
About that too.
Ooh,
Like,
I feel so
will be
liberated.
Gone forever.
I should have saved my pictures.
I know. That's the only thing I would be bummed about, is that I should have saved some stuff.
There's no way it's truly erased.
If you go right now to Facebook.com, it says this site is like it goes to a
like
blank
an error
page.
44 or whatever.
Yes,
404.
it's wild.
I mean, wow.
They erased it.
But who?
What is my dad doing right now? I bet he's so bored.
But who erased it? Facebook themselves, or like hackers or something? I don't know. It's not, I don't know. I'm talking to you guys as if you work for the department of people who discover this, but still. I like the conspiracy idea.
Oh, yeah, same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tony, what about you? Where do we find you?
Twitter and maybe Instagram at
Tony Thaxton.
and my podcast Bizarre Albums every Tuesday. And yeah, come see me and Tim in Chicago.
You know, I don't want Instagram to be erased because now I do worry about my photos. Facebook can go, but Instagram better come back.
Those photos
I don't
just aren't
know.
on your phone?
What?
Yeah.
Those photos just aren't on your phone?
The stuff people tagged you in, you know.
Oh, right.
No, they are there.
Good point.
They're just
What
more-
about all those brilliant reels I've posted?
Yeah.
Those are good.
Allison
Yeah.
loves reels.
I love them. I like everything Jackie does. Jackie has carte blanche, but everyone else, think a little more before you put your stuff up, please. Okay, you guys, this was super fun. Listeners, thank you for listening. I love you. You matter. Goodbye.
Hey, do you know about the Allison Rosen show? We had a good time, but now we gotta go. Yeah, Allison Rosen is your new best friend.